How's it going, everyone? BrewUnited here with Simon's Quest or Castlevania 2 or Gothic Devo. Whip it good! Such a great game. The music brought me back to the late 1980s, I believe, where I played this quite a lot. And I also brought me back to this game did not have a save space. You can't save the game. You actually have to use passwords. It's kind of like a throwback to many years ago. So that was actually a fun aspect of the game. And in the game, you play Simon Belmont. Simon Belmont defeated Dracula in the first game. And in this game, there's a curse that's now on him that he can only lift by getting one of the 5 components that we're going to get in this. You need to get all 5 to ultimately lift it, but we're only going to do 1 of 5. So the first one is going to be the rib. We're going to play all the way through that. You're going to see My Misfortune as it's the clunky interface, and it's the controller. It's not the gameplay, right? You're going to see how My Misfortune leads to my own laughing at it, and hopefully some humor for you too. I'm going to show some tips and tricks. Ultimately, I do get the rib in the game, so it's not going to be a futile effort of watching it. So hope you enjoy, and happy Halloween, and let's see you in the game. So, Castlevania 2 or Simon's Quest, and oddly, no music in the beginning of the game. One of the things I would have thought, going back into it, I thought the music started right at the beginning, but it didn't. But that doesn't matter really, does it? It starts here. So, you can start the game or you can enter a password. Like I mentioned in the intro part, there actually is not a way to save the game. So you get this code, and the code basically aligns with what you have. Notice the very determined walk that, like, Simon is going somewhere. You know, he's back in town on business, as the intro says. So, it does a lot of stair walking, by the way. So look at how he walks the stairs. Nowhere like his determined walk elsewhere. So we're in the beginning town, and you'll notice here, one of the dynamics in the game is it goes from day to night. And it doesn't matter if you're mid-jump, it's going to change over to night. Sometimes that's interesting when you are jumping over water. So you've got these zombies running around where the villagers were originally running. This is an area that I usually spend a little bit of time. I get kind of my typical gameplay, if you've seen the videos in the past, are I like to get a little ahead of the game. I like to get some experience, some money. I like to find a place where I can save. So similar dynamic you're going to see here. We're walking past the church, and that's a place you can get healed time and time again. You can't get healed during night, so you got to make do. But you can see I just path back and forth here. I'm picking up the hearts. 1 small heart equals 1 point. You get the half heart, that equals 3. And you get a whole large heart, and that'll equal 6. So that'll actually be kind of an in-game currency, also a way that you can level up your character. And there's 3 things you're going to want to get here. One is the white crystal, which helps you get into the first kind of castle area. The next thing you're going to want to get is an upgraded whip, because notice I'm taking 2 hits to hit everything. And from all my other games, you gotta upgrade attack. That's kind of my number 1 game played. And the other piece you can get is some holy water. And holy water, it does some damage, but it also has some unique properties, and it's a way that you can actually get through some of the hidden areas in the first castle. So we'll go to that. So the first component that I talked about was buying the white crystal. So you get it from this guy for 50 hearts, and you notice it's there, that the white crystal kind of in your inventory. The inventory is rather clunky in this game. Despite the music that's pulsating in the background, some of the interface was a little wanting. So here we go back to the the curse of the night, and I only had enough money in hearts to get actually the crystal. And what I wanted to do here was go ahead and spend 1 more night in this town so I could get both the whip, and I could also get the holy water. Those are 2 things that are, to me, critical for the next place. Alright, so we are now into the day, and we now have enough points to actually go and buy all the things we want. So we're going to start out by heading over here, and I believe this is the one where you actually get, yeah, the Thorn Whip. So Thorn Whip, instead of hitting things twice, we'll now be able to hit things once. It's way better. And I still have 128 hearts left, so we're going to go back. Wow, look at that whip. As I said, Gothic Devo. He's the guy. Not really, but, you know. Strange things pop in my head from time to time. So here we go. We're going to buy the holy water for 50, and it's time we leave the town. So we're going to head out right, and we're just going to keep going until we get to Dracula's castle. This would be 2 hits per creature here, so 1 hitting is a much better prospect than having to... Oh, why did I do that? So I'm sitting here talking like, I know what I'm doing. Guess what I do? I get run into and absolutely look like I have no idea what I'm doing, which is good. You know, noobing my way through games is how I feel after revisiting them after a few decades. So I was blaming quite a bit of my gameplay woes on the controller and the interface, and that may be true, but I'm just rusty in this game, I gotta admit. I mean, come on, look at that basic. How did that go through my head and not hit me too? That's weird. And these guys aren't too hard. I mean, actually, you can see in a second here, I actually start getting my wits about me again. Ah, look at that. Pulling together a combo. And then, of course, what? That guy fired straight up. And, by the way, if you get hit and you fall in the water, you're dead. So I nearly did that right there. Again, not too bad for, what was it, 3 decades away from now? 31 years? So, you know, 31 years of not playing the game may lead to a little rustiness. Consult your doctor. That's probably how the commercial says, right? So I chose this game because I wanted to do something with kind of a Halloween flair. I actually don't have many games from this kind of genre. I really was, over the years, a strategy and RPG guy, and that's where I've remained. I'm branching out, though. I mean, there's actually a lot of appeal of some of these games that I'm going to go back and pick up. I get hit again, look at that. I actually made the jump. The jump there was probably the harder part. Why I looked at the crystal, I have no idea. I just want to make sure I still had it, you know, in case it fell out, which doesn't happen. So here's the first castle, and this is the one where we're going in, and if you remember from my intro video, there is one of 5 components that I'm going to pick up. So it's Dracula's body parts. We're going to pick up a rib here, because why not, right? You know, a rib is all we need. Actually, ribs are really good, aren't they? You know, if you're not into ribs, that's cool too, but I do like ribs. So in the game, you need to pick up 5 components, like I mentioned, and that helps you lift the curse of Dracula. So if you remember from the first one, maybe you don't. Maybe you've never played the first one, but in the first game, you defeat Dracula. And in this game, there's basically the 5 body parts you have to collect to ultimately lift the curse of the whole day and night thing that's going on. So what you'll notice is, so far so good, I actually look like I know what I'm doing. That is going to change pretty quickly. Notice there that I fell through the floor. So the floor and the traps and those types of things where you can go through are completely invisible to you. There's no way you can find out that they're there, except I'll show you how you can actually locate them, because there's one way you can do it, and I completely forgot until nearly the end of this board that you can do this. So this is the clunky interface aspect that I showed you. Oh, look, what am I doing here? It's like I've never played the game, but the button combination to me is so simple, and it's so frustrating to watch. Why? Sorry, that's all I can say to you. My gameplay is rather wanting there. You know, even when, oh, look at that. Oh, even when I hit the guy. Now he's back. Alright, let's just go this way. Forget it. Forget it. See, if you're younger than me, you're probably laughing. Oh, this guy, he didn't know how to play games. This will happen to you too. Life will hit you hard. Well, actually, I hope it doesn't, but it will. You'll find yourself 31 years later going, how did I ever do this game in an easier way? So, you notice here, all smooth sailing, and right at the end here of this area, you'll notice something that, look, yet again, there's a trick there, right? There's no way you can find where it starts and where it ends. Well, that's where I remembered at this part, there is a way you can do that. And if you remember, one of the things we picked up was holy water. So the holy water you can actually throw, and you can actually find out where it is. So I didn't do it there. I actually just figured I'd take a leap of faith, and I did, and it worked. But you'll see in a minute, I actually remember from, as I said, those 31-year-old neurons that are still connected. that there is a way you can figure it out. So you throw them, it falls to the floor, you realize that there's a trap there. So one of the aspects of the game you need to do is to go over here to one of these robed sales guys, that hang out in dungeons and sell oak steaks, because, that's not odd. You're going to need that thing. At this time, though, unfortunately, I didn't have enough hearts. So I'm going to go and get enough hearts, and I'm going to head back there, and ultimately, when I have enough, I can buy it. You're going to need... That just glitched through the ceiling. I love those water drops. See? Notice that? Falls through the bottom. So it can be used for damage, but it also can be used to locate where the floor isn't. You can see there, I would have fallen through that again, and I would have to run all the way back, and what a pain it is. So when you buy the oak steak, you head over here to where the rib is, which is one of the 5 components that you need to pick up from the remains of Dracula from the first game. So it's pretty easy, except at this point, I apparently can't figure it out. So when I grab the ribs, I think I'm going to end this video. What I wanted to do was to give you a taste of what this gameplay was like, and ultimately bring you back or ignite the flame of you wanting to play it if you've never played it before. So here we're going to pick the steak, put it through, and we'll end the gameplay, picking it up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Really enjoyed playing through it. And again, happy Halloween, everyone. Hope you have a fantastic day.